Hello, my people. Good day to you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever time zone you're listening to this, thank you for joining me on today's episode of Daily Mind Shift. My name is Michael Ojola for Mindset Transformation Africa. And on today's episode of Daily Mind Shift, I want us to talk about ourselves, right? I want to give you this advice. I read it somewhere. I modified it a little. I think it will help you. Let me anchor today's episode on this statement. Spend time with yourself. Improve yourself. Fix yourself. And most importantly, take good care of yourself in love. Spend time with yourself, all right? Improve yourself. Fix yourself. And most importantly, take good care of yourself in love. That is what I want us to think about today. That is what I want us to talk about. So I want you to use the next few seconds, 5, 10, 15 seconds, to think about how you can do what I just said. How can you spend more time with yourself? How can you improve yourself? How can you fix yourself? How can you, most importantly, take good care of yourself in love? See, this world that we are in is fast-paced. Boom, boom. Everything happens almost all at once. The speed at which the world is spinning, is going, is too fast for most of us. And it is just what it is, all right? It's easy to get caught up in what I call the whirlwind of daily life, from work to family, social obligations, and your endless to-do list, your endless tasks, all right? We often prioritize everything. We often give priority to everyone but ourselves. Here is a very critical truth. Here is a crucial truth that I want you to take away today. The most important relationship that you will ever have is the one with yourself. Let me repeat that so that you'll hear me and hear me well. The most important relationship you will ever have is the one you have with yourself. That is the foundation upon which all other aspects of your life are built. That's why most of us are having dysfunctional relationship, because we don't even have relationship with ourselves. Do you understand me? That is the foundation of all the aspects of your life, your career, your family, social obligations, your work, and all your businesses. It's built on the foundation of the relationship that you first have with yourself. The first thing we spoke about is spending time with yourself. It may seem obvious, even though you are living with yourself 24/7, but that doesn't mean you are spending time, especially quality time, with yourself. How often do we truly take time to be alone with ourselves? How often do we take time to be present with ourselves? How often do we do that? Because spending time with ourselves involves engaging in activities that allow us to connect with our soul, that allows us to connect with our spirit, that allows us to connect with our mind, that allows us to connect with ourselves. Whether that is journaling, whether that is meditating, whether that is walking in nature, or simply sitting in quiet reflection, spending quality time with yourself is crucial. When you spend time with yourself, you create space to understand your thoughts. You create space to understand how you feel. You know more about what you desire. Do you understand me? You learn to listen to your mind. You learn to listen to your thoughts. You learn to listen to your intuition, and you learn to honor your needs. This particular practice, I believe, is the cornerstone of self-awareness. You know more about yourself when you spend more time with yourself. The same way you know more about people when you spend more time with them. The same way you know more about yourself when you spend more time with yourself. The same way you are able to love yourself more when you spend more time with yourself. All right? It's about giving yourself permission to be who you are. It's about giving yourself permission to be what you are without judgment or without distraction. Also, we talk about improving yourself. See, improvement is not about striving for perfection. I'm not for that. It is about striving for progress. That is what I'm for. It's not about perfection here. It's about progressing, all right? It's about recognizing that you are a work in progress and that growth is a lifelong journey and that you can grow every single day. You can grow every single moment. Improvement comes from a place of love, from a place of compassion, and not from a place of self-criticism or you comparing yourself with other people. One of the best ways, I believe, to improve yourself is to set realistic and meaningful goals. These goals should align with your values. They should align with your passion. You start small. You build gradually, all right? You celebrate your successes no matter how small, no matter how minor they may seem to you. You celebrate them nonetheless, and you learn from your mistakes. You learn from your setbacks. You learn from your failures. Remember this, that the goal is not to be better than anyone else. No, but you need to be a better version of yourself. That is the goal. That is the goal of improving yourself, is to be better, is to be a better version of yourself. Not to be better than your neighbor, not to be better than your friend, but are you better? Are you a better version of yourself? Is the person, is the Mike I am meeting today a better Mike than yesterday? That is the goal of improving yourself. And see, yes, I mentioned fixing yourself, and that is a bit complex, all right? But it is important to understand that fixing yourself does not mean there is something fundamentally wrong with you, all right? I need to repeat that, especially for people that are struggling with their self-esteem. Fixing yourself that I'm charging you to do does not mean that something fundamentally is wrong with you. No. It is about addressing the areas of your life that needs healing. It's about addressing the area of your life that needs growth. It's about addressing the area of your life that you need to be better at. Do you understand me? So nothing is wrong with you fundamentally. All of us have areas in our life that we can be better at. That is what fixing yourself is all about. It could also involve dealing with all the past traumas or troubles that you face. It's also about changing harmful habits. It's about developing healthier relationships, healthier habits, and all that. So fixing yourself often sometimes requires professional help. Whether you go for therapy, you go for counseling, or like my clients, you come for coaching, it's a courageous act to seek for help. So I will encourage you to seek for help where you need them. It's courageous for you to admit that you don't have all the answers. So ask questions. Ask people that will not judge you questions, all right? See, your healing is a journey. Healing generally is a journey, and it's okay to ask for support along the way. It's okay. So you need to just remember that fixing yourself is not about erasing your past. That's where most of us miss it. We want to erase our past. We want to erase our flaws. No, that's not about it. It is more about embracing your past, embracing your flaws, and transforming them into sources of strength, transforming them into sources of wisdom. And most importantly, as we wrap up this episode, taking good care of yourself in love. Self-care is more than just pampering yourself, taking yourself out and all that. It's about nurturing your mind. It's about nurturing your body. It's about nurturing your soul. It's about creating a lifestyle that supports your well-being, creating a lifestyle that supports your happiness and your fulfillment. So start with the basics. Ensure you are getting enough sleep, all right? Ensure you are eating nutritious food. Ensure you are staying active through exercise. These fundamental elements of physical health have a profound impact on your mental health and your emotional well-being. But I believe self-care also goes beyond the physical. It includes setting healthy boundaries. It includes practicing mindfulness. It includes engaging in activities that brings you joy and fulfillment. It's about surrounding yourself with positive influences and letting go of toxic relationships or toxic environment. One of the critical aspects of self-care is self-compassion. It means treating yourself with kindness and understanding that you will offer to a friend. It means forgiving yourself for mistakes and shortcomings that you've gone through or that you've done, and recognizing that you are more deserving of love and happiness. So finally, you need to also practice this self-reflection, and I know it can be challenging, especially if you are used to being treated, to being hard on yourself, but it's a skill that you can develop over time. So it's key that you think about this. I want to emphasize that the most important aspect of all I've said is patience and persistence on your journey to self-care and self-improvement. So take good care of yourself most especially with patience, most especially with perseverance. And